Each of us is welcome. No one is a stranger, no one is an outcast, no one is alone. Everything we do, when our hearts are grateful, and our lives are faithful, makes a better world, one that we can call everybody's home. Juntos por amor, cada quien precioso, nadie es un extraño, nadie es invocado, nadie es sin calor. Cada paso fiel, con virtud y gozo, vamos construyendo un mundo mejor, lleno de color, como una flor. All of us are loved. Each of us is welcome. No one is a stranger, no one is an outcast, no one is alone. Everything we do, when our hearts are grateful, and our lives are faithful, makes a better world, one that we can call everybody's home.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the live in-person and live Zoom worship of the Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside. Our opening hymn this morning is number 6, Just as Long as I Have Breath, from the Gray Hymnal. Feel free to sing as the Spirit moves you, and stand and embody your spirit, and join us in singing hymn number 6, Just as Long as I Have Breath.
Here we go. Just as long as I have breath, I must answer yes to life. Though with pain I make my grave,
Thank you for joining us here in person, and thank you for joining us remotely by Zoom, where we will continue live streaming and posting these services on our YouTube channel for our virtual attendees. I'm Grace Preuss, a member of the Worship Committee, and I will be your worship associate today. Other members of the Worship Committee you will hear from include Alec Peck, our music coordinator, Adam Wedeking, who monitors our visual and online connections, and Kate Lewicki, who is in charge of the sound system. Laura Luna will be presenting our talk today. We welcome you to join us this morning with an open mind and an open heart, and with muted electronic devices, please. We invite you to leave your worries and defenses at the door and trust that what happens in worship is inspiring and powerful. Together, we affirm that this day and our being together can make each of us braver, more compassionate, and wiser as we begin a new day and a new week. Before we move into the service, there are a few announcements we'd like to share. We will mention several websites, email addresses, and phone numbers. At the end of the service, we will leave up a slide with all of this information, and it is also available on our website. First Sunday luncheon. Don't forget to join us next week after the service for our first Sunday luncheon. Next week, we will have a variety of casseroles. St. Patrick's Day luncheon. Our lunch series continues with the St. Patrick's Day luncheon on March 16th at 1:30 p.m. There will be good food and good fellowship. Suggested donations are $25 per person or sweat equity, $12 for children's ages 6 to 12, and free for ages 5 and under. This event is advanced purchase only, and all proceeds will go to the church fund. This concludes today's announcements. And now I invite you to sit back and take a slow, deep breath as we move into the worship hour. You are welcome to read with me the mission statement of our church. Our mission is to foster a diverse religious community that celebrates life, affirms the individual, encourages spiritual growth and open thought, and works to advance social justice and environmental sustainability. Our speaker today is UUCR member Laura Luna. Laura Luna was a foster child who was adopted into a family with an atheist mother and a Christian father. She graduated from UCR and became a teacher. She enjoys traveling the world, including Italy, which is the country of St. Valentine. She gave birth to a child with autism and has become a mystic, spiritual thinker, and free spirit. She is the current president of the Women's Federation at UUCR. On the February 11th Sunday service, we explored the tradition and origin of Valentine's Day. Today, we will continue the discussion by contemplating the nature of love in light of Valentine's Day celebrations around the world, as well as cultures that forbid public demonstrations of romantic love. We have two lightings of sacred flames. The first is the occupied Indigenous Peoples Remembrance Candle. The second is the lighting of our own chalice, the symbol of our faith. We walk upon the traditional territories of diverse and sovereign peoples, the original people of this land who continue to cry out for justice and self-determination. This spot we occupy was once first the sacred space of several groups of Indigenous peoples, including the Cahuilla, the Cupeño, and the Serrano. We, the Universalist Unitarian Church of Riverside, light this sacred flame as the stewards of this sacred and holy place. We are blessed with a space and opportunity to strive to live out our common principles, to bring justice, equity, and compassion into our daily lives, to resist all that threatens the earth and her people, and to be part of a world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Let these thoughts carry us forth as we journey and worship together. Now for the lighting of our own chalice. Today's reading is Infinite Possibilities of Love by Tom Goldsmith. Symbol of light and knowledge, symbol of warmth and freedom. We light this chalice as a symbol of our faith. Here we gather to celebrate hope and the infinite possibilities of love. Thank you, Bill. Greeting our guests. We have a tradition at UUCR to welcome those who are visitors or perhaps returning after some time away. We know it can be uncomfortable to stand up and speak in front of others, and so I will now ask a volunteer from someone who has been here for a while to tell us your name and how you found out about our church. We ask that you step close to the mic and speak directly into it and clearly so that everyone can hear. Please be aware that you will be visible on our Zoom camera and in the recording of this service, which is posted online. Do we have any church members today who'd like to volunteer? Sandra? Thank you, Sandra. Please step forward to the mic, tell us your name, how long you've been here, and how you found out about our church.
My name is Sandra Verhagen, and I found this church by accident. I was looking for another speaker, and I came here because I got the address incorrect. And the person leading the service at the time was Matthew, I can't think of his last name. Ferry. Okay, he was leading the service, and I thought, oh, this is wonderful. And I kept coming back and became a member, and that's it.
Thank you, Sandra. We're glad you found us. Thank you, and that's how it's done. If you are new here, a visitor, or an old friend, please raise your hand to stand up and come to the mic in front of the pulpit. Do we have anyone here who'd like to introduce themselves? Okay, let's see. If there's someone online who'd like to introduce themselves, please raise your hand and we will call on you by Zoom. Please let us know who you are, where you are from, and how you found out about us. No, okay. For any other new guests, please join us for socializing and coffee hour after the service. We'd love to chat with you out in the parish hall, where you can also find our visitors book, or I believe there's a tablet out there. Please leave your name before you leave so that we know you are here, and leave your contact information if you'd like to know about upcoming events. Yes, Pat. About the... Yes, would you like to come up here?
Good morning, I'm Pat Cowonder. Glenn Granfield is back in the hospital with sepsis, and he's going to be there for a few days, and he would appreciate thoughts and prayers and phone calls. He's got his phone, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Pat. For those online, the best way to get added to the mailing list is to email the church office at admin@uuchurchofriverside.org. Our hymn now is number 131, Love Will Guide Us, from the Gray Hymnal. Feel free to sing as the Spirit moves you, and once again, stand in body or spirit and join us in singing number 131, Love Will Guide Us.
Love will guide us, hope inside us, will lead the way on the road from pain to living. Love will guide us through the hot night. If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love. Love will guide us, peace has tried us, hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the hot night.
This portion of the service is called Sharing Our Stewardship. Today is the last Sunday of the month, and we are bringing back the 50-50 program. 50-50 for this month is designated for the designated maintenance fund. Today, we are collecting donations to the church maintenance fund, which contributes to the upkeep of our church, in addition to the regular general fund. Now we'll have Bill Rowe come up and share some information and updates on the maintenance of the church.
Maintenance for a church, as in our homes, is an ongoing project which cannot be avoided. A few of the items which required recent repairs were sinks in both bathrooms of the church. New vanities were installed. The hardware on the mission inn doors were broken and had to be repaired. Right now, there are 2 leaks in the church roof, which need attention. One is in the sanctuary, and the other is in near the bathrooms. Avery works diligently at collecting recycled items, and this money goes to the maintenance fund. This is not enough. So maintenance was selected as a recipient of the 50-50 this month. You may donate to this fund by putting cash in one of the brown envelopes in the pew in front of you. Write 50-50 on it. Or if writing a check, put 50-50 in the memo line. Thank you for anything you can donate to the much needed repairs of our church building. Remember, half the money goes into our designated maintenance fund and the other half to the general fund. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. This can be accomplished in several ways. In addition to the weekly collection, you may send your checks to the church address, which is shown here. You may also contribute to PayPal using the QR code, which is shown here, as well as on the church website and in the newsletter. Stater Brothers Market gives our church a rebate on Stater grocery cards, which we will have in church each Sunday. Amazon gift cards are also available. You get the full value, and the church also receives a percentage for free. Please see Dinah Rowe or Robert Brown in the church office if you are interested in purchasing the cards. Please donate as the Spirit moves you by whatever method works best for you. Thank you for your generosity. And to those who give of their time and their talent, thank you for your generous care and attention. And for all of you who have joined us here today, thank you for the gift of your presence. Will our ushers now please come forward to receive the collection? A bag will also be passed around to collect food and hygiene items for those in need. Thank you. Our next hymn is number 402, From You I Receive, from the Gray Hymnal. Feel free to sing as the Spirit moves you, and stand and body your spirit and join us in singing number 402, From You I Receive.
From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share from this we live. From you I receive.
Our meditation today is a loving kindness meditation adapted from John Kabat-Zinn. I invite you to pause, take a deep breath, find a relaxed, comfortable position, and if you wish, gently close your eyes. When you feel comfortable resting with the flow of your breathing, picture someone in your life who loves you or who loved you unconditionally. Evoke and give yourself over to the feeling that the qualities of the selfless love and kindness they accord you or accorded you, and the whole aura of the field of their love for you, right here, right now. Breathing with these feelings, resting in the warmth and radiance of their embracing of you, just as you are. Drinking in the experience that you are unequivocally and unconditionally loved and accepted as you are. Their love is for you, just as you are, for who you are now already, and perhaps always have been. Allow your own heart to experience these feelings and to be held in them. And in the cadences of your own breathing, allow your heart to be held by the warmth of this radiant field of loving kindness meditation. Whenever you feel ready, see if you can become the source as well as the object of these same feelings. Take on these feelings for yourself as if they were your own, rather than those of another. Experiencing in your own heart these feelings of love and acceptance and kindness for yourself beyond judgment of any kind. Your own complete acceptance of yourself as you are right here in this very moment. Letting this feeling be self-sustaining and natural, in no way forced or coerced. In resting here in this field of loving kindness, you may try whispering to yourself, "May I be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm." May I be happy and contented. May I be healthy and whole to whatever degree possible. May I experience ease of well-being. Now, if you are open to expanding the field of loving kindness outward from your own heart and your own being, evoke the feeling or image of another individual or individuals, someone you are close to emotionally. Can you hold this person in your heart with the same quality of loving kindness that you have been directing toward yourself? Whether it is a child or a parent, a brother or a sister, a grandmother or other relative, a close friend or a cherished neighbor, singly or together, breathing with them and holding them in your heart and wishing them well. May they be safe and protected and free from inner and outer harm. May they be happy and contented. May they be healthy and whole to whatever degree possible. May they experience ease of well-being. Now breathing and radiating loving kindness, both inwardly and outwardly. Hold on to these feelings of acceptance and love. And when you feel ready, slowly bring yourself back to the present moment. Now I would like to introduce Laura Luna, speaking to us on love, myth or reality, Valentine traditions across the world. Laura?
Hello, good morning. Okay. I've come today to express my individual studies and beliefs on unconditional love. I've come to challenge the people present today on Zoom and here in church to question whether love is real or a concept that we have created to keep us motivated. Today, I am letting you know I have studied cultures around the world to see how they recognize love and if it is real or not. And I'm starting this presentation today letting you know that I do not believe that unconditional love is real. I believe loyalty is real, commitment, selflessness, kindness, but I think we have created the concept of love to keep us motivated. It is not attainable. It is not a real thing. It is an illusion. It's very similar to trying to find God. It may or may not be real, depending on what you believe. We have to think about unconditional love and how it is in the world, how it is seen. You have to see that there are orphans that are born into this world that from day one do not experience love. They have no idea what that is. We have people in Palestine right now. We have children in Palestine right now that we are not asking them to believe in love to get through this. We are asking them to have hope to get through this. Just like there are children in Africa that are starving, and we do not say believe in love. We ask them to have hope to keep going. Love does not make the world go round. Love is not like oxygen that we breathe. Many people go through their entire lives never once experiencing love, and they are still successful, kind, selfless, devoted people, and love has nothing to do with it. Like I said, love is not oxygen that we breathe. It is more like a mercy that you have been blessed with. If you have experienced love in your life, it is a mercy to receive. Love is not something you take, it's given. And if you have not been given it, it does not exist. It is similar to trying to find the Holy Grail. Trying to find love in your life, being motivated by love, is just like trying to find the Holy Grail. Some say they have found it, they know where it is. This thing is a myth. It's just to keep us going. If we did not have the concept of love, many of us would give up. Whether it's attainable or not. It's just to keep us motivated. People who are born with autism do not hate. They do not understand what racism is. They don't understand how average people can hate. They don't understand the concept. And it is debatable that if you cannot understand hate, you cannot understand the opposite either. It is not the way we work at a simple, elemental level. So I will go over 6 countries that ban love. It is not allowed. I'm focusing on Valentine's Day, where love is recognized around the world. The first 6 countries I will talk about ban it, and then I will talk about 10 countries that cherish love on Valentine's Day and have rituals that are very special. So as we go through this, I would like you to just consider love as unconditional love as an overall concept that might not be attainable, but keeps us going. It might not be real. So I'll begin with the 6 countries that were banning it on Valentine's Day. We will begin with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a Muslim nation located in Southeast Asia and encompassing the majority of the Arabian Peninsula. As the public displays of affection in Saudi Arabia are taboo, the celebration of Valentine's Day went against the country's ideologies. There are many foreign Christian workers in Saudi Arabia. Although foreigners are permitted to enter and work in this thriving economy, the practice of their religion here is forbidden. Therefore, on February 14th, the celebration or sale of any Valentine's Day related items such as red roses or teddy bears are prohibited. On this day, shops might be checked by authorities. Anything related to Valentine's Day would be confiscated, and the shop owners who violated the law might be arrested and punished. In fact, in 2014, 5 Saudi citizens were sentenced to 39 years in prison after being caught dancing with 6 women they were not married to on this occasion. The country's stance shifted in 2018 when the former head of the religious police declared that celebrating love is not against Islamic teachings because it is universal. So after years of religious policy bans and restrictions, young people can now legally celebrate this day. Number 2, Uzbekistan is well known for its long history and diverse culture with Islam as the dominant religion. The country was tolerant of Valentine's Day celebrations for many years until 2012, when an internal decree that bans the celebration of this holiday was issued by the Ministry of Education's Department of Enlightenment and the Promotion of Values. Instead of observing Valentine's Day, people in Uzbekistan celebrate the birthday of their country's hero, Babar, a Mughal emperor. Valentine's Day is not illegal, but it is strongly discouraged in favor of commemorating Babar. Indonesia. As a matter of fact, there is no law that expressly prohibits the celebration of the day in Indonesia. However, in some areas of the country, such as Surabaya and Makassar, where people have more radical Muslim views, intimidation tactics or small-scale bans are used, while in Banda Ek, there is an outright ban. In recent years, there have been numerous protests claiming that Valentine's Day encourages casual premarital sex and consumption of alcohol, both of which are strictly prohibited by Islamic law. Despite this, the day is still popular and openly celebrated by youngsters in Jakarta. Number 4, Iran. Iran is an Islamic country ruled by religious clerics. The government has prohibited the production of all Valentine's gifts and items. The promotion of this romantic love celebration is also banned, as it is cited as a spread of Western culture. It has been proposed to replace Valentine's Day with Mehran, an ancient festival that existed in Iran prior to the production of Islam. The festival honors Yasada Meher, which is responsible for friendship and affection. Pakistan. Being the world's second largest Muslim population, Pakistan is another country that has mixed feelings about Valentine's Day. As the popularity of Valentine's Day observation among the young generation grows, several riots have occurred in this country to protest against the celebration. A private citizen petitioned the High Court in Islamabad to have the day banned. Finally, on February 7th, 2018, the Islamabad High Court banned Valentine's Day celebration with media coverage claiming that it was a Western culture import that contradicted Islamic teachings. Not everyone in Pakistan agrees with this decision, especially university students and flower vendors who do well on Valentine's Day. Number 6, Malaysia. Since 2005, Islamic authorities in Malaysia have issued a fatwa, a religious ruling, prohibiting the celebration of Valentine's Day. This day is banned for being a gateway to disaster and moral decay among young people. An anti-day Valentine's campaign is also held every year. People who go out and celebrate might face the risk of being arrested. Now we will go over 10 countries that actually also recognize this day of love, and they have very special rituals that I would like to introduce you to in case you want to celebrate them. Number 1, South Korea. Valentine's Day is called All the Single Ladies' Day. In South Korea, they celebrate love on the 14th of every month, but February and March are the biggest and most expensive. The 14th of every month of this year. Valentine's Day sees women giving chocolate to men. And instead of returning the favor straight away, Korean men give chocolate on White Day, the 14th of March. A month later is Black Day, a celebration for singles. Those who didn't receive treats in the previous months of February and March get together and eat a black noodle dish with all their single friends. 2, there are poetry games in Norway they do for Valentine's. In Norway, secret admirers send the objects of their desires funny little poems, the only clue to their identity being a dot representing each letter of his name. If the recipient guesses who the poem is from, they earn themselves an Easter egg on Easter. If she is stumped and cannot figure out who this love letter is from, the man reveals his identity and she must give him an egg on Easter. In Estonia, they only celebrate love between friends, not lovers. In what every admirer dreads hearing, especially on Valentine's Day, all they say is, let's be friends. But in Estonia, Valentine's Day is called Sobrovev, or Friends Day. People exchange cards and gifts among each other and a cheery Happy Friends Day. Similar to we have Palentine's Day for pals on Valentine's Day, or Galentine's Day for gals on Valentine's Day. In Wales, they do love spoons on Valentine's. The Welsh do Valentine's Day a bit earlier, on the 25th of January, and they do it a bit differently by giving love spoons. The spoons are an age-old tradition where Welsh men would carefully carve spoons and present them to the woman they are interested in. The designs they carved were symbolic and often had hidden clues. For example, the number of beads attached represented the number of children he wanted to have with her. In France, on Valentine's, they do a love lottery. Not so long ago, French single people celebrated Valentine's Day by lining up on 2 separate sides of the street and calling out to the other single people living across the road until they were paired off. If the men didn't like their match, they would simply leave the woman for another man to call her. Called un loterie d'amour, the tradition often left women unmatched. However, according to the rules of tradition, they could get together, all the women, light a bonfire, and toss the pictures of any of the men who rejected them into the fire. Number 6, in Slovenia. So Slovenia Valentine's Day coincides with the beginning of spring celebrations. When the flowers are in bloom and the birds are singing, women are encouraged to go outside and look to the sky for answers. The first bird you see on Valentine's Day will supposedly tell them what their future husband will be like. In Iraq, they have the Feast of Love. Iraq Kurds celebrate Valentine's Day with the Feast of Love, depending on decorating red apples to represent the original love story, Adam and Eve. It diverges from the biblical tale in that an apple is believed to bring prosperity and love, not the end of earthly paradise. In Germany, you show love with a biscuit, very similar to how we make gingerbread houses in America for Christmas. They have gingerbread biscuit for Valentine's Day. In Germany, gingerbread isn't just for Christmas. Nothing says, I love you, better than a giant heart-shaped ginger biscuit. The biscuits come with a ribbon attached so it can be draped around the shoulders of the lucky recipient. In Guatemala, Valentine's Day is only celebrated by the old. They are the ones to cherish and show celebration and to show the culture that love does exist on Valentine's Day. Guatemalans take to the streets for the annual Old Love Parade. Senior citizens dress in feathers and masks to prove to the whole city of Guatemala that love is real. In the Philippines, number 10, our last one, in the Philippines, a huge wedding is allowed on Valentine's Day for anybody who wants to get married. The government pays for it on this one day. In the Philippines, those who cannot afford their dream wedding jump at the chance to tie the knot on Valentine's Day. Sponsored by the government, mass weddings take place across the country, with everything being provided for them, even the rings. An event called Dovapalooza also takes place in the Philippines, which sees couples meet at the ocean, the shores of Manila, for a midnight kiss. Similar to the midnight kiss we do on New Year's. They do a midnight kiss in the Philippines at the ocean. You meet your lover there. So in conclusion, after my studies of seeing this, I have seen that love is at least recognized by the world, whether it be banned or cherished. It is something that as citizens of the world, we do seem to have as a concept that we recognize. Not that it's attainable, not that it's real. But in conclusion, I have to honestly say that if love is not real, if love is an illusion, a fantasy, a folklore, if love is an illusion, then I choose to believe in the illusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. Our closing hymn is number 18, What Wondrous Love, from the Gray Hymnal. Feel free to sing as the Spirit moves you, and stand and body your spirit and join us in singing hymn number 18, What Wondrous Love.
What wondrous love is this, O my soul, O my soul? What wondrous love is this, O my soul? What wondrous love is this that brings my heart such bliss and takes away the pain of my soul, and takes away the pain of my soul. When I was sinking down, sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down, sinking down, when I was sinking down beneath my sorrow's ground, friends to me gathered round, oh my soul, friends to me gathered round, oh my soul. To love and to all friends I will sing, I will sing. To love and to all friends I will sing. To love and to all friends whom pain and sorrow mend, with thanks unto the end, I will sing, I will sing. With thanks unto the end, I will sing.
May we find love in this place, love in our hearts, love for the broken down, love for the lonely, love for those yet to feel whole, love for those in between, love for those out of our reach, love for one another. May we find love, may we add love, may we be love in this world. Amen, namaste, and blessed be. Thank you, Laura, for sharing your valuable time and insights with us this morning. It is sincerely appreciated, and we look forward to seeing you again. For those of you who would like to stay in the sanctuary for 10 to 15 minutes to share some discussion or observations from the service, please remain in the sanctuary or online and be aware that these comments will be posted online. For the rest of you, you are now welcome to adjourn into the parish hall. Would anyone like to come up and share their thoughts today? Pat?
Thank you, Laura. I thought that was fascinating. I didn't know most of that. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. But love is real. I've had it. I've had it at me. I've had it for me. I've had it in me. I've had it for lots of people. Yeah, I've never questioned love. It's a human thing. I mean, I think if you have this experience of a boyfriend and you're having fun and it's nice and all that, and you're just not in love. And then there's another boyfriend and you're in love. And that's probably infatuation, but it's real. And then there's the long-term love, the love for a parent or a child or a long-term partner. It's a wonderful thing. I do think it's enormously healing. Love is that it takes away the pain and makes pain bearable.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to remind the speaker of the Beatles line, and in the end, the love you make is equal to the love you take, or vice versa. The love you take is equal to the love you make. If you want to experience love, you've got to make it.
Thank you.
I just want to say that if love actually isn't real, then from sociology, myths are real in their consequences. It's been shown that when they take a dog to old folks' home, that it has a calming effect on the elderly. I actually think that the only love that you can find is unconditional love is from an animal such as a dog. I actually was married, and the wife that I found here in this church. It was love at first sight. Loved her a great deal, and I still think of her birthday all the time, which is sort of an odd quirk of my mind. That shows, I think, my love with her. But as far as unconditional, after I'd taken good care of her, we were in the apartment still, and she reverted to when she was a child, and she, for some reason, wanted to heat a needle and place it merely against her skin and burn herself. And since I'd had a lot of shots as a child with ear infection, the notion of a needle really caused me great revulsion. And so I said to this woman that I loved a great deal and still think of, I said, if you do that, I will kick you out the door. And I meant it. So finally she calmed down, and later she said to me, you actually helped me because my mind changed. I decided that I wasn't going to burn myself after all. So I think obviously it was a cold night. I think her mind chose emotionally to calm as opposed to being kicked out. Thank you.
I wanted to comment that I've had difficulties in love in my life, but I've never had as much love as I've had with this dog. This dog doesn't know anything but love. If it's not real, it's news to her.
Thank you. Thank you.
So if you believe in love and you think it's real, please be thankful for the blessing of love in your life. Know that not all humans experience this in any form.
So we have a comment online. Oh, okay, no comment on it. All right, if there are no further comments, thank you for sharing your thoughts. And please join us now in the parish hall for further fellowship. Thank you for joining us. Thank you.